So it was probably AP exam week, and you're scrolling through a bunch of Reddit threads, you're going through Fiveable, and you're wondering, how on earth do I study for my AP exam? Well, it turns out it was not that hard. I'm pretty sure y'all would have known about Claude.ai, the new AI released by Anthropic. It has a lot of features, and trust me, once you get started, it's really simple. So in today's video, ladies and gentlemen, this is your not so average tech guy right here. I'm going to show y'all how you can use Claude AI to build some of the coolest things out there that can help you out on your AP exam. Without any further ado, let's get started. Well, so first things first, if we're trying to study for an AP exam, the first thing you would try to study for is the content. So me, for example, I was studying for AP Econ. So here's the prompt that we're going to type. We're going to say explain AP macroeconomics and then the context length is important. We want to summarize all the content, so you could say per chapter of the AP exam split by the occurrence of each chapter in the exam. So again, certain chapters have a higher weightage on the exam, so we could just say occurrence / weightage. And then last but not least, make sure you specify the length so that then Claude does not go on and on forever. So instead you would say explain AP macroeconomics per chapter of the AP exam, split, and then just say explain this in approximately half a paragraph for each chapter. So in this case, you have specified the length of the output, what type of output we want, and the subject that we're studying for. And so now if I click on enter right here, then we're going to wait for Claude.ai to respond. And since it takes some time, it gives you an interactive breakdown. It tells you everything. One more thing that particularly matters is the specificity of the prompt. So as you can see over here, specific, it gave me a chapter breakdown. Now I'm going to go into the second part of this. The second part of this is to have a prompt of tips and tricks that I need for the AP exam. So I can just ask it, give me some tips and tricks to approach for each concept and tell me some strategies to approach FRQs. As you know, FRQs are a huge part of exams, and especially for AP Econ in this example, strategy is a huge thing. So here I ask Claude to give me strategies, and then here I'm saying make the tips and tricks useful enough to save at least 5 minutes at the end of each MCQ section. And again, here I'm being specific. I'm not asking for general tips and tricks, but rather I'm asking to make sure that we save at least 5 minutes. And so over here, it gives me another interactive. It tells me that for Unit 1 what I've got. It tells me for Unit 2, Unit 3, Unit 4. And it gives me traps. It gives me all the tips and tricks that I've got. So this way I'm actually saving time. And then for FRQ strategies, as you can see, it tells me read the word but not the content. So command terms are important. Label every graph element, labeling, chain explanations, and then it gives you time allocation. So, you know, this is good because you're being specific in the prompt. You're getting a specific answer that at the same time gives you everything you need. It's not like ChatGPT where you have to consistently ask questions, which is why Claude.ai is really good for studying for AP exams. And then there's the last tip. So this is the first way that you could use this. But do you want to know an even better way to approach this? Because there is an extra tool that we could design using Claude.ai in just a couple prompts and make it so astronomically useful that could help us prepare for our AP exams the day before, and I would say even the day of the AP exam. For that, we'll be jumping to the sponsor of this video, Tiiny Host. Tiiny Host is a website hosting application I've used in the past. It is excellent for what we're about to do next in this video to prepare for our AP exams. It's great because it can allow you to host websites at free of cost, And all you have to do is really just drop an HTML file onto their servers. Getting started on TinyHost is very simple. You can upload a document, add an image, add code, paste your HTML, or you could as well just use an example and it gives you a list of pre-existing websites that you have. Let's say that you want to create like a pitch deck or something. All you have to do is enter in your link name, and then after that you click on publish. And once you've gotten started, you can have your project live, you can view your link, and then automatically find your website being published. And once you've gotten started, you can have your project live, you can view. So try it out. TinyHost is completely free. You can get your website up and running in just 2 minutes. Trust me, it's worth it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, so as I was talking earlier, one of the best ways that we can enhance the way that we approach our AP exams moving forward is by creating tools that can outlast us, but can also be shared with everybody else. So stay tuned, because the tool that I'm about to make could also help you and your classmates. So first, we're trying to create an actual tool that can help us and our peers and also other people out there on the internet to prepare for our AP exams. We have to think on a greater scale. And a great way to scale stuff is through creating a website of your own that can have all your AP macroeconomics or stats or whatever AP exam you're taking, all that content into one portfolio. Essentially, what you could do is ask Claude.ai to use official College Board resources to create a portfolio that you can later give out to other people. So here, it's very simple. You can just say, code a website and export as an HTML file. The website is a portfolio of all AP exams offered by College Board with content, quick summaries, tips and tricks, essentials to ace each exam, alongside an interactive set of 7 practice MCQ exams for each AP exam as practice. And then we can just say, make there be a login for the user. And also, and again, we're trying to make an accurate prompt that can give an accurate answer with accurate solutions from College Board, right? So in order to ensure that, what we're going to do is that we're going to mention and also make sure to get information from official, again I'm mentioning official College Board guides only. And so now you're coding out a website. It's going to export it as an HTML file for you. And you also see over here, it's using a skill, which I will later cover in other AI learning videos. Essentially, you're going to see a little preview pop up over here once it's done. It has the list of all 40 AP exams. And now it's, as you can see, after waiting for a little bit of time, you can finally see we have AP Master, sign in, create account, so on and so forth. You can access so many things, and I have an AP exam portal that I can just download. And again, as the sponsor of this video, TinyHost, I used it many times to host some of my HTML code websites from here, so I would definitely suggest trying it out. And so this way, not only do you have access to something that you can use, but you have access to practice tests, you have access to content that you and your peers can use. Anyway, so ladies and gentlemen, that marks the end of our video. Let me know in the comments section if you guys have ever tried this out. Use Claude, make more tools, and trust me, it can help you out a lot in your next AP exam. Let me know how your AP exams go in the comment section below. The Tiiny Host link has also been posted in the description. Thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one.